The ongoing civil war in Syria has claimed many tens of thousands of lives, and violence has threatened to spill across borders in this volatile and strategically vital region. Reports that the Syrian government has used chemical weapons against opposition fighters has led to stronger calls for some sort of U.S. military intervention, especially because President Obama had declared the use of chemical weapons as a red line or a game changer. The likelihood that Russia will block any effort in the UN Security Council to authorize military force makes any outside intervention very legally questionable. But here are three sets of U.S. interests at stake. First, there is our interest in stopping atrocities and mitigating the humanitarian crisis. Some argue that even relatively limited U.S. military actions, such as airstrikes or a no-fly zone, could mitigate these horrors. Perhaps such actions would even tip the balance of the civil war decisively against the Syrian regime. As the Iraq and Afghanistan experiences teach us, though, the United States has limited power to help put these countries back together after regimes collapse in ways that ensure that rights and safety of the local population are maintained. Second, there is our interest in maintaining American credibility. Some argue that if the Syrian government crossed a red line in using chemical weapons, our failure to intervene will signal a general lack of U.S. resolve. That is indeed a danger, and unfortunately many Syrian opposition members already feel betrayed by the United States. It's important, however, not to overstate the effects of our actions or inactions on other rivals or adversaries. It would also damage U.S. credibility to engage in half measures that fail to achieve our objectives. Third, the Syria crisis has implications for other critically important strategic challenges, including our ongoing conflict with al-Qaeda affiliates who have been entering this civil war, and especially our looming showdown with Iran over its nuclear program. No doubt, the Iran challenge casts a large shadow over the president's decision-making on Syria. On the one hand, a defeat of the Syrian regime could weaken Iran's position by eliminating one of its key regional allies. On the other hand, U.S. intervention in Syria or uncontrollable escalation could bog down the United States in ways that embolden Iran. There are no easy answers here, and U.S. action or inaction both carry grave risks.